if you can see me, give me a wave, or if you're in our Facebook group page, we should be there as well too. Let us know where you're coming in from, or if you're watching this replay, put hashtag replay. Do we have a night for you? Welcome, 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 everybody. My name is James Zhang. I'll be your host and MC for today. We have a very special guest. I'll introduce you to her in just a little bit. But if you're on this call today, that means that somebody thought of you enough, then they want to share with you something special. And we're going to be talking about how you too can build a global virtual franchise. We're going to show you how to put $500 in your pocket fast. We're going to show you how to drive that to 6 figures in 6 months. And for some of you, even more. In fact, I'm going to bring up someone that's done that and more, and is already on pace to doing that as well too. But with that, by the end of this, if you like what you see and you're brand new, get back with your friends, because we love to share with you next steps, because we are in a rising tide. We are moving really, really fast and everything. And it's going to be a fun time. All right. So if you're ready to get started with today, put a me in the comments or throw me some waves. And I can't wait for today. All right. So before I bring up a special guest, I want to run through just a little bit of details. For those who don't know me, my name is James Zhang. I've been in business for the past 15 years, but if you told me that I'd be doing this now, I would have, when I first got introduced to this concept in 19, I would have thought you were crazy. I was the shyest kid in the world. I was super nerdy. I thought business was for those that were just lucky. I was sure I was going to be a medical doctor. Is anyone here doing something different for a living that was completely different than what you thought you were going to do growing up, right? Yeah, I think probably most of us, some of you are the lucky ones that knew what you were going to do. And what happened was I was going through college. I was going to UC Berkeley. It was a recession time. And I saw the writing on the wall, which is that a lot of people weren't getting jobs. A lot of people were scared about the future. And it was the first time I thought that it might be wise to look at some other options. It might be wise to look at some backup plans. And especially in today's economy as well, who here's noticed there's been a lot of shifts in the last couple of years. COVID happened, right? Like post-pandemic, like the world is very interesting. Industries are shifting, opportunities are shifting, and especially technology is shifting. So if you don't adapt, I won't say you're going to die, but you will definitely be, there's opportunities that it's wise to keep your eyes and ears open to. And that's when I got introduced to a concept like I'm going to share with you today. And I'll be real, when I first saw this, I was super skeptical. I thought it was like everything I didn't want to do. I thought I couldn't do it. But my mentor shared with me that for things to change, then you have to change. And if someone else can do it, then so can you as well too, if you're willing, coachable, hungry. And for some reason, I believed in his belief in me. And I said, let's go try this crazy thing out. And I sucked for a long time. But 90 days in, I made enough to fuel me part-time through college. 2.5 years part-time. I made a full-time income where by the time that I graduated, I quit my job. And for 12 years, I have not had a boss. And then I married someone called my wife, and she's now my boss. So absolutely, I'm just talking head. So you'll get a chance to meet Becky if you haven't already as well too. But specifically, when it comes to the topic of building a global virtual franchise, that's what we're excited about today. What does that mean? Okay. Who here would love to have an ability where you can not just make more money for you and your family, but you can also have the flexibility of your time with it as well, right? I've done business in many different ways. Maybe you have as well. I used to do a lot of meetings. I used to do a lot of in-home presentations. I used to do a lot of driving. And no, I don't want to do that anymore. You know, it's like, I wanted to do something where I don't have to spend a lot to make a lot. I want to do something where I can have my cake and eat it too, to still have the ability to enjoy life while building up more in the future. But I needed to understand that there's certain things to do and certain things to look for. So I want to introduce you today is something that we believe that if it aligns with you, can be that virtual franchise for you. And we're more important going to equip you with how to do it. So real quick, it deals with number one, finding a good viral product. All right. Some of you might have seen these things that the internet has dubbed skinny drops. Lyndsey, that's how we met, actually. I'll ask her for her story very, very shortly. But in fact, if you've already used these, I know some of you have actually used these before, drop in the chat. What are some of your results on this product? It is a homeopathic body balancing blend. It's 2 drops. You put them on your tongue 3 times a day. 1 million of these have been sold. It is clinically proven, homeopathic. It curbs bad cravings, balances hormones, and the byproduct is weight loss. If people want to do it, the average person loses around 15 pounds a month. And you're seeing in the chat 26 pounds at 14% body fat in 3 months. Less stress, over 30 pounds lost, no hot flashes, menstrual pains went away. That's huge, right? Yeah, I lost 25 pounds in 40 days. We have many different stories like Amy, who had PCOS, that ended up using this and lost 55 pounds. We have someone like Lily, who is here in with us live, who was completely able through her 50s to be able to transfer her body and life. We have Mary Jo, lost 80 pounds in just 4 months, and just story after story after story. It works for guys too. The dad body's gone. But we're talking about a viral product that you can partner with, okay? This company is from a company called Partner Co. It has just reached its 1-year anniversary, guys. And wow, what a year it has been. We are all over the world. We're in 50 plus different countries. It's very simple. You partner with the company with a one-time $30 membership fee. You get access to the products. You get your own global virtual franchise. And then from there, we give you tools, we give you resources, we give you a lot of different things, access to 50 plus different markets. In fact, we have international. I saw Australia on the line today, and access to world-class products and everything. But more important than that, we're going to show you simple systems where you're going to have customers coming to you rather than you needing to go to them. Is anyone else like me that you don't like to only sell to your friends and family? Are we a little bit tired of that? I used to do it back in the day. You pull up a contact list and you pick up the phone, you're like, ring, ring, you're like, hey, I got this product. Nothing wrong about that, but it's kind of like, I don't want to feel icky, right? Is anyone else like me? Like you want to make more friends and rather than lose them, right? Or maybe you've tried something on social media and you feel spammy and you're cold messaging people and you're like, I feel like a robot, right? What I love is I want to bring up someone today with you. I'm going to ask you, we're going to learn a lot. I highly recommend take a lot of notes, because if you take it in and then you apply it into what we have right here, or honestly, anything that you have going on, you can truly scale something significant. And this woman is an incredible mom. This woman is an incredible entrepreneur. She's built businesses of, oh gosh, $100 million plus of sales. This woman has taught me a lot, and I've only known her, I can't believe it's only been maybe like 3 months, something like that. I don't know, time flies. I feel like I've known her for a long, long time. And what she's taught me is how to really just be a good human being and have fun in life again, and to live and to really, really prioritize the things that matter, which are, if you're a person of faith, family, but you can also be a badass in business at the same time too. This woman is a senior vice president with Partner Co now. They are leading a team called the Revolution Group, and they are quickly already on a 7-figure pace after just 5-ish weeks in this company. But I have the honor of bringing up the one and only Lyndsey Yocom. How are you, sister?
Hi, you guys. I am so good. And I just have to say, I see so many faces on here that I've been stalking for a long time now. And I'm like, oh, I kind of feel like, I don't know, I'm like starstruck by you guys. I'm like, oh, I see so many of you that I literally have been like, oh, I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait to meet him. Like, I'm really excited. So, first of all, James, thank you so much. I was like getting a little teary eyed here because it's been a long journey, right? Like it's been a long, how anybody else in here like had a long road to this point, right? Like I have definitely had a long road to this point. I am, like you said, a very busy mom of 3 kids. My kids are in 7 sports total.
Dang.
trying to add them up. 7 sports total. Teenagers. Okay. I love teenagers so much. Anybody, this is just a side note. If anybody says like, oh, teenagers are the worst, like I love teenagers. I'm like, you guys, this might be my favorite stage. Like we're having so much fun. So I will take you guys back for a minute before I really talk about, yes, love teenagers, but I'll take you guys back for a minute before I really talk about where we are, social selling, what we're doing with Partner Co, all of the things. And now I'm like, oh, I'm crying. My eyes are watering. So my husband and I, when we were very young, very naive and did not know anything at all, before kids, just engaged, we started our own business here in Richmond, Virginia at a very young age. I was 22, I believe, when we bought it. And our goal and our dream was to be restaurant owners. We wanted to own a restaurant, but we were like, let's start off with this really great dog daycare. I managed this dog daycare when I was in college. And I was like, let's start off with that. We'll just get our feet wet, get into business, really start to figure this thing out. And then we can go and open a restaurant, right? God had much different plans for us. So we open this dog daycare. We start this dog daycare and we fell in love with it. And my husband finds out not long after we open our business that he has MS. He's 25 years old. He's diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And we're like, what are we going to do? We've got this business, right? And he is, when you guys meet him, you would never know. He's super active. He's like, great. He's so healthy. But at the time when you're 25 and 23, I was at the time, like it brought us to our knees, right? So he said, I'm not going to let this beat me. Like, I'm going to beat this thing. We're going to go. He's like, we're going to just live our lives. We're going to do this. And we ended up the next month being the largest non-corporate team at the MS Walk. We raised over $30,000. It was like, okay, we're in this now to help a lot of people. We are going to make sure that you're healthy and do the thing, right? So another surprise comes up. I'm like, I'm not feeling great. Like, I just don't feel good. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel great. Our lovely 17-year-old daughter now, at the time I find out I'm pregnant, right? So we buy business. My husband gets diagnosed with MS. We find out we're pregnant. God's like, let's just go. Like, it's time for you to speed up, right? So we're like, oh my gosh, this is insane. So fast forward, you guys, 3 kids later, my husband, we still have this business, right? Dog daycare. It's 24/7, 365. My husband has MS. He's very, very inflamed, taking daily injections, just not feeling well, right? Not feeling good at all. He's coming home from work. He's falling asleep on the couch, can't really help or do anything, can't really play with his kids. Like, he's just really struggling. So I'm like, I've got to help him. I have got to help this man. 2008 happens, right? Kind of not great times in the economy. 2009, 2010 comes around. Our business is not doing well. So here we are, 3 babies that I'm taking care of. I can't afford to go and get a job because childcare will be too much, right? My husband's drowning. He doesn't feel good. I'm like, I have got to help him. And I will never forget it. It was a defining moment. I'm sitting in the parking lot in the grocery store. And I will get choked up every time I share this, but I'm looking at bank accounts to get groceries. And I'm like, we're negative, hundreds of dollars in this account. This credit card's maxed out. We're borrowing from this credit card to pay another credit card, over $60,000 in credit card debt. I'm like, we have nothing. And it was my defining moment where I was like, I have got to do something. So that was my introduction into network marketing. A friend of mine, uh, Facebook, was just the thing. And she was talking about a skincare product. So I started off in the skincare world. And honestly, you guys, for the first few years, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was terrible. I look back at posts and I'm like, I had like 2 likes on stuff. I mean, I was so bad. It was so bad. But it taught me, it just gave me so much grit. It taught me so much. You build so much character in that place. And I followed the proven system that those before me, my mentor, I had an incredible mentor here in Richmond. He was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And he would say, all I know is blah, blah, blah. All I know is this viral product is giving people incredible results. They feel amazing and they end up losing up to half a pound a day. All I know is there's this system that you make $500 very quickly, and then there's a proven roadmap to 6 figures in 6 months. All I know is, and that is what he did. I mean, he literally built his entire hundreds of thousands of distributors all over the world by saying, all I know is. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I was very skeptical. Anybody in here skeptical? Are you a skeptical? I am very skeptical by nature. I'm like, okay, so when's the shoe gonna fall off, right? That's just how I've always been. So I was skeptical, but I was determined. I was willing. I knew that the path was there. And I was very hungry because I felt like my back was against a wall and my family needed me. My family needed me. And it came down to what it really came down to for me was I asked myself all the time, if I don't do this, then what? Like, what is it? If not this, then what? What alternative do I have? And so for me, it wasn't always the vision of what it was going to be. It was, if I don't, what does that mean? How bad does it hurt? So it hurt bad enough that I went to work and I learned and I followed those that, like I said, did it before me and proved it. So fast forward, right? Went through all the messy stuff, years of grinding, and went to another company and failed there too. And, I'm okay to, like, I'm totally somebody, I am not an overnight success. I am not. I am far from an overnight success. I'll be 42. So I am almost 20 years in the making of business, right? There's a lot to learn, right? A lot of experience. I'm about 10 years, 11 years in network marketing. So people are like, oh, that's incredible. I'm like, yes, but it's been a lot of years, right? And that's okay. That is what we're supposed to do. So I stepped away from the industry, frustrated, spinning my wheels, not like, this is not for me. Okay. And I come across a beautiful friend of mine. Some of you have met, my best friend in the whole world, my business partner, Cindy McKnight. I see her on Facebook scrolling through. I had no idea who she was. Now, I want you guys to take a minute, like, think about that. There are people right now watching you on Facebook that have no idea who you are, and they're scrolling through and they're seeing your stuff. Because we'll talk about this, but that is the way social media works, right? So I see Cindy, she's talking about a product. I'm like, been there, done that. Don't want anything to do with it. Okay. So I reached out to her and I was like, I just want to try the product. James, do you see a pattern here? I just want to try the product. I'm not interested in your business at all. She's like, okay. So meanwhile, she's a baby in this company. Cindy had not done there was no success. Okay. She's like a baby in this company. So I try this product and I'm like, okay, I'm going to make one post, but I'm telling you, I'm not doing this business. So if something happens, you got to help these people. She's like, okay, perfect. Sounds great. I make one post. Guys, it absolutely explodes. Cindy McKnight and I go on and we build 50 million in sales with this company, monster business, 25,000 partners all over the world that, guess what? We never one time stepped in anybody's living room or left nothing. It was all strictly on social media. It was wild. We helped a lot of people. It was during 2020, COVID stuff. People were losing their businesses, their salons, lots of things. And our mission and passion was to help all of those people, right? That was our goal. And we did just that. Sadly, some things changed, right? That happens sometimes in business. And we had an unfortunate situation and we were terminated. We were terminated from that company. And so Cindy and I lost everything. We lost everything, right? So you go from amazing highs, amazing, crazy, horrible lows, right? That is life. Okay. So we step away from that. We're like, all right, we know what to do, right? We have so many skills that we've built. We have so many people to help. We move forward, right? So a few years later, Cindy and I had stepped away from doing things. We were kind of doing some consulting stuff. And my oldest daughter was diagnosed with cancer. So 16 years old, she's diagnosed with thyroid cancer. This was last February. So at that point, my husband, we still have our other business, by the way. My husband, our business came through, we pushed through. So we still have our other business, but I just stepped away from everything, you guys. I just strictly was there taking care of my daughter. Just one foot in front of the other last year. It was a very rough year. She is doing great. She had surgery last April. They removed everything, removed her thyroid. She's doing fabulous. Okay. So grateful. And this was an accidental find, by the way. She had a cheer accident and they sent her to just go get a full body CT scan just to be safe. So thank you, Lord, for taking care of my baby. But so we get through the year. She's doing better. I was not. I ate my way through last year. I ate my feelings. I was my anxiety was horrible. I had a hard time doing much of anything except for scrolling on TikTok to find thyroid and hormone health. I just fell down this rabbit hole on TikTok of doctors talking about thyroid health and hormone health and all of these things. And I come across this guy talking about these skinny drops named James. And I'm like, what are these things? So I start doing my research, right? And stalk James Zing for about 3 months, I think. And I'm like, Cindy, I really, so again, take notes on all of this stuff because people are stalking you guys right now. Okay. This is like so important, like why we show up on social media, why we share this stuff. So I say to Cindy, I'm like, I got to get this product. I've got to get these drops. So I go and I look up a little bit more about James and I click on his link and I'm like, it's an MLM. I'm not touching this product. I'm not touching it. I refuse. Cindy's like, just order the dang product. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So 3 months go by and I'm finally like, all right, okay. I'm there. I see too many results. I'm ordering this product, right? Well, then we start stalking Becky and we start stalking Darren, CEO, and John, CEO. Like we start kind of stalking all these people and we see like what they're doing and we start learning about the company. And keep in mind, we've been doing some consulting. So we're like, oh, like maybe this company, like this product in this company, like maybe we can help them, right? We've built systems before, like maybe we can, not having any idea, you guys, how amazing you guys already are. Like we had no idea. We had no clue. So I happened to look at James's story and he sees, this is brilliant, by the way. He sees my bubble on Instagram drop under his story. And he just messaged me and he said, hey sis, like saw you checking out my story. Are you an MLM too? Brilliant opener, by the way. I was like, meanwhile, I'm on the phone with Cindy and I'm like, he saw it and he's texting and he's messaging me. Like, what do I say? Right. So I sent him this kind of long spiel that we had sent to the CEO. And he, that was really it. He's like, all right, like, let's do this. You want to talk to them? Sure, let's go. And that's how it all came about. But I will tell you guys that the whole entire journey to here, I mean, you guys already know. And if you don't know, the reason, Partner Co. is such a special, special place. Cindy and I would never in a million years have partnered with another company. There isn't, we've looked at a lot. We've sat down with a lot of CEOs. We have a lot of relationships with really incredible leaders in the industry. Some of my very best friends are 7-figure earners in this industry with companies. There's a reason why I'm not with those companies. This company right here is so unbelievably special. The product, the timing, the corporate team, some of whom I've worked with before in a company, that they took that company from 400 million to over $1 billion. That corporate team that we have right here in Partner Co. Huge, huge. When you get caught up in, the first company that I was with, I was a part of that company that went to 100 million in sales in their first year. When you get caught up in that kind of momentum with leaderships that's here right now on this Zoom, there's no going back. Your life, like lives are changed forever when you're caught up in what we're sitting in right now. So I know I just talked a lot. I'm losing my voice. I've talked a lot today. So I'll be quiet.
Oh, so many nuggets. By the way, this is one of those I'd highly encourage. Throw a 10 in the comments if you're just like mind blown right now. You're like, wow, what an incredible, awesome lessons are there. You might want to watch this on replay 10 times because there's so much to capture from that, So Lyndsey, first, I just want to honor your resilience. And what I heard, we see any single person we see in the limelight, we're like, man, it must be nice. I love to have that, right? But then the question I asked afterwards is, am I willing to go through what they went through? Because the reality is, and I just love the transparency that you have, and each of us have our story, right? Hey, let's be real. Who here in the past 5 years has had something that brought you to your knees, right? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments, this is what I got from you, Lyndsey, is life happens to all of us.
Yeah.
But the way that you and your family chose to respond, that's the $1 million tip. You used it to make you rather than break you. Would you say that's the case?
Yeah, I will say that it's not easy. I mean, I think that, if you could be a fly, I mean, people ask all the time, like, oh, I want to be a fly on the wall. I said, you would see a very scared, like, the day that Cindy and I pressed post on our first post for this, we were on the phone together shaking, like, because you guys remember we lost everything and we walked away for a few years. So we had to start over from nothing. Like we're not a copy and paste, like, let's take this team and like we started over. And it's scary, you know, and it's hard to put yourself back out there again, especially after you've been beat down and things happen and life happens. And after these past 3 years, I will tell you, it's the hardest, lowest point of my life. You know, this past year. Truly, I mean, when you were told, and I think I saw somebody say it on here quickly, the chat was moving quickly, but you know, when you hear that your child has cancer, everything stops. There's nothing else matters, right? So it is tough to pull yourself out of the pits of hell and back up. But I will tell you that being on the other side and being here, I had a meeting right before this. I was on a Zoom for 45 minutes with a woman that reached out that's been watching, right? And didn't want to get back into the industry. She's going to join us tonight. Very excited for her, right? But I said to her, I said, perspective. When you've been through so much and you're able to sit in the position that I'm in right now and that you are all in right now, because we're all in this amazing company together. And if you're not in this amazing company yet, like tonight, come on, we'll have a talk. Like I'm telling you, it's so incredible. But the perspective that I have after going through all that, yes, resilient for sure. But I will really say that for me, like I'm so unbelievably grateful every single day, because I've been on the side where, you know, I had this huge, incredible business and lost it all and was looking at going back into, and don't get me wrong, I have a lot of people that are working full time. I have a lot of people, I mean, I work with people full time that are in this business. But for me, my family, my kids, having this true time freedom, and I work, right? We work in this business, but I work around my family. You know, James said something to me the other day. He's like, you're able to, because he was trying to get me on Saturday calls, right? Cindy did a call a couple Saturdays ago, and I wanted to be on that, and I couldn't because my weekends are full of sports, right? And so for me, being able to miss nothing, I miss zero that my kids do. And I talk to parents every single day that either regret that, right? And they're wanting to really make up for it now and have that time for their families and their kids now and their grandkids and all of those things. Or they really want to give the gift to them, like show them how they can do this now so that they don't have to miss the time with their kids. Or truly helping those that just an extra $500, $1,000 would change their life. It changed my life when I was sitting there and I needed that $500 to get groceries, right? So yes, being resilient is key, but the perspective that I have because of what I've been through, because of the hard, because of being knocked down over and over and over and getting back up, that I stand in that today more grateful than I could ever imagine. So I would not trade all of it for anything, because I just am so grateful to be here with you guys.
So well said. And thanks for sharing that perspective with us. And the same to each and every single one you've done this call. Well, got life, right? Some of you have the perspective of your last hell and back. Some of you are going through hell right now, or some of you are about to go through another hell. That's just kind of how life is. But if you keep that in mind already, and then you just imagine that it's going to invest into other people, that has transformed so many people. Now, as you're talking about I love how you build your business around your family. I want us all to think what's important to you, right? Maybe it's your family, maybe it's your faith, maybe it's your fun, whatever it is for you, right? To do that, because I think it is a lie that's like, oh, I can't do this because of my family. I can't make more because of blah, 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 blah. All excuses. You can design that, but to do that, you do need to have systems in place. Quick corollary here, and I want to ask you a question on systems, because Lyndsey and Cindy, both of them, they are masters at system building. And I know that's what's really making it a difference here. The fastest person I've worked with prior to you guys, actually, had also developed a six-figure income relatively quickly. And this guy went through like 12 promotions in 12 weeks, was crushing it. He had 100 teammates in 90 days, actually. And this was
Amazing.
it was great. It was amazing. It was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But this was back in the day. We drive to meetings all day, in homes, hotels. Like we were working. We had no life. And Becky just broke it down before this. In your guys' first month, 4 to 5 weeks, you guys at total in your organization already have over pretty much 100 enrollments. You guys have gone through 10 promotions, you and your incredible team, and multiple people in your team have already got a lot of success. Senior vice president, the 10th promotion here. You guys are already on a 6 and actually 7-figure pace, but you're doing it with still enjoying life and having the most priority things. So talk to me about the importance of systems and what is it that you've created here? What is it that you see here that's different from out there now?
Yeah, systems are everything. They're everything. And I would also add the main thing about systems that are so important is the duplication piece. The whole point of what we do here in network marketing, the reason why it's the best, and I will say it and I will scream it, I will, because when you start to understand the difference in traditional business, right? Like brick and mortar, because we own one, and network marketing. When you have systems in place, it creates duplication. Duplication creates leverage. Okay. When you start to duplicate yourself, right? Because you're out there and you're sharing this product. Okay. This product's phenomenal. Everybody needs this product. I today hit 26.6 pounds. I lost another half pound today. So 26.6 pounds down, right?
Like 2 months, right? Something like that.
2 months. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So really exciting. Everybody, right? Everybody is sharing this product and it's on you. Okay. But then when you help the person next to you and that person is sharing the product. So now it's both of you and you have a system that is working for you, that's showing you step by step exactly what to do, right? And you simplify the system. Here's what I'm going to say. We're going to talk off the the PC for a second. Compensation plans are hard. Can I get an amen? In every single company. If it's a good compensation plan, it's really hard. There are a lot of ways you're getting paid. One thing that Cindy and I love to do is to come into companies with compensation plans and go, okay, what is it that is going to drive this compensation plan to get people paid quickly and a 6-figure income, right? We want people to make $500 as quick as possible. And we also want them to have a proven, simple roadmap to 6 figures in 6 months. That is exactly what was put together here. And then we're like, okay, now we got to go out and do it. Now we all have to go out and do it. So we locked arms. We've tweaked things. James and Becky, thank God for them. Because they're like, yeah, okay, that's not going to work. So let's we got to go over here, right? Because sometimes Cindy and our heads will be in the clouds. Okay. We've got a lot going on. So they rein us back in. But you guys, systems create the duplication, and leverage is what we are looking for in network marketing. It is when you have a lot of people doing these simple things, all of a sudden, if you step away, right, life happens. Your daughter gets cancer. If I was with Partner Co. this time last year, I would have been making an income regardless of whether I was doing anything or not, because I would have built something with leverage and I would have had duplication because of systems. Instead, I was worried about my family. I was worried about, yes, residual income. Exactly. I was worried about, you know, health bills that were going to be coming in and all of these things, right? All the other stress on top of my baby. All right. That's a lot. That's a lot to take on all of our shoulders. So having these simple systems in place while you're working a full-time job, while you're with your family, so that you can take 15 to 30 minutes a day and drive these very simple systems on social media. You asked what's different now. I'm telling you guys, social media is your multi-million dollar ticket. It's your multi-million dollar ticket. And it's your ticket to truly having freedom. I am just like you and James and Becky. I was in living rooms too when I first started network marketing. It was, I have um, a lot of hurt from that because I did miss a lot, right? I was selling a dream at that point of, work from home, be with your family. And I missed a lot for a good 6 years. And I have a lot of hurt and pain from that because, um, you know, that's not what I did this for. I did this to be with my family and my kids and miss nothing. And so when I jumped back in, I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this the right way. And so I built this very structured, very, priority first, kids first. My calendar, the first thing that goes on it, my kids' games. I take my kids to school every day. I pick them up from school every day. No, like James and Becky know, like you're not going to hear from me from about 2:45 p.m. Eastern to about 8-9 o'clock, unless it's booked like far in advance. You're probably not going to hear from me, right? I do a lot of work while they're at school. I do some work at night. And that's my schedule that works really, really well for me. So systems are key. Priorities are, they're a must. They got to go first. And then you build around those priorities, because that's what we're here for, right? That's the freedom piece. And as you build that, it will start to replace things, right? You can start to say, okay, like I might be able to work less hours. I might be able to go to part-time. I mean, I've watched so many people in these systems that we've built over the years be able to say, I'm done, because there are people that love their jobs. So don't get me wrong. But like some people that are like, I want to get out, right? And they're able to say, I'm done because of these systems.
Wow. Guys, what you're seeing here, thank you so much, Lyndsey. You're seeing a system that has been put together from so much perspective. Who here is happy? You don't have to figure out what Lyndsey and Cindy have figured out for us, because we're using their system. We're just like, we're adapting everything, right? It's like, if it ain't broke, why fix it type of thing. I'm telling you, that's why your team is one of the top 15 fastest growing currently. It's only been 5 weeks, right, in the world right now, right? And I have no doubt, I think you guys are gonna be number one in the world, so it's gonna be amazing. But we have that, and we have a company that is poised for absolute growth. So if you're not partnered with us yet, big thing at the end of this, get back with your friend, get started, or ask your questions, because the time right now to move is here. And as we're concluding, Lyndsey, I want to ask you this, because there is an interesting timing right now. It's only been a year. You're seeing people come out of the woodwork now that they're like, wow, people really are looking. People are searching for opportunities out, whether they're multi-million dollar earners, or they're the stay-at-home mom that's struggling with her kids, looking for an extra $500, right? So there's something coming up I gotta share. And hey, who here loved what you heard today from Lyndsey already, right? Like, put your favorite emoji in the chat or give us some waves, whatever that it is. Like, I think we can listen to Lyndsey for days, but we unfortunately don't have days here, There's an event that's coming up called the Partner Co Accelerator. It is next week. It's a Friday, Saturday. It is in person too. If you're in Florida, by the way, come in person, but they've also made a Zoom version available. Lyndsey will be speaking there. Cindy will be speaking there. Angie Bloom Hewitt will be speaking there. She's one of our other here. It's gonna be fun. Me and Becky, we're gonna be there, and so many. Darren Zobrist, the CEO, Katie Holt Larson, the chief. Literally all the who's who. It's gonna be the job. You're gonna walk out like, wow! Like imagine Cindy and Lyndsey and everyone times like 100. Like that's what this is gonna feel like, right? This is gonna be big. So Lyndsey, being a leader, seeing so many different events, why should someone look at something like this?
So we had a meeting today. It was a very big meeting. It was an incredible meeting with two very special people that they could go anywhere. I'm just going to say it. They could go to any company. They are powerhouses in this industry. I'm talking like Cindy and I sat down and we were like, we're just going to zip our lips and whatever they tell us to do, we will do. I mean, I'm talking huge. Companies are throwing themselves at this couple right now. And the biggest thing that they are attracted to right now, right here where we sit in Partner Co, is community. And I will say that you guys have something very, very special when it comes to community. Very special. I will say it. It is one of mine and Cindy's weaknesses because we love people hard. Don't get me wrong. Like we're like love, like we love, but we're runner, like we're business, we're system, we're business, we're like, and we love people. We're so passionate about helping people win and win big that our brains are just so turned onto that we can forget the community people. Like, oh, they actually kind of like, we need to like hug everybody. Like, come bring it on in, right? Because I'm like, okay, I got to talk numbers to you. Like, I got to, we got to, and then I'm like, oh yeah. But that is what they're like, we've been watching things and we see a lot, like we see this true partnership coming in. And that's one thing I'm super excited about for Florida, because these events they're crucial. They're crucial to our success. So whether it's virtually or coming to the actual event in person, obviously in person's better because we actually do get to hug each other and dance and all the fun things. Like, I'm telling you, like, there's just nothing like a network marketing convention. Can I get an amen on that? Right. So much fun. So I don't even know what you asked me. I think you asked me.
You answered it.
Yeah.
Want to go to events.
Truly, people are watching. They're watching this company. They want to be a part of this movement. It's just getting started, a year old. I mean, what an incredible time to be a part of Partner Co. You've got a company that has such a solid foundation built, and then you basically put this brand new 1-year-old company on it with this incredible leadership, CEO and corporate team, and this viral product. The combination is so good, and we are going viral right now that people are like, I want to put me a part. I mean, my phone right now, like people are like, hey, can you send me? And it just won't stop, right? And it won't stop for you. You put your heart out there. I stopped living in here and I just started my heart, going with my gut, sharing that with people, being vulnerable, telling them that was very, very hard for me. I put on a face for a long time, right? Just decided to break that all down. Love people hard, get around the community, be a part of something that is so special and unique, and you'll get wrapped up in it too.
Ooh, baby. Lyndsey Yocom, Thank you so much. Mic drop. Everybody, let's give Lyndsey a huge thanks. We are so honored to partner with you in this. We're so proud of you. We are so excited for you, the lives that you're going to impact, what's going on with your family. It's only been 5 weeks. I just what's the next 5 weeks gonna be like,
Right.
So,
well, I just have to say, I'm so honored. Like I said, I cannot wait to meet all of you in person. I'm grateful for what you guys have done. I'm grateful for the path that you guys have paved for all of us. It is truly an honor. Thank you, James and Becky, for all you've done. But you guys are truly, I mean, it's who Cindy and I look up to. Every single thing that you guys have done, we're just inspired. We're grateful. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to hug and see all of you.
Thank you so much. Guys, some concluding thoughts here on my side. Thank you so much, Lyndsey. We can't wait. Hey, if you want to hear from Lyndsey again, and if you haven't heard from Cindy, her counterpart, you got to take a look at this event. By the way, if you are already going to this event live, put live in the comments. If you already have your virtual ticket, put virtual in the comments. Or if you're going to get your ticket, then put ticket in the comment and grab it right there. Get back with your friend. Let's go to the best investment that you can do. There's still a week on the clock. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And if you're not yet partnered yet, come on. This is the time. Welcome to the family. Get back with your friend right after this. But everybody, Lyndsey, thank you for your time again. I know it's so precious. Absolutely. And everybody, hey, get back with your friend after this. We so appreciate your time. And put 100 in the comments if you got some value today. Was this not a night? Was this not an event? I mean, take a look at that. This was something special. Okay, everybody. Hey, honored to have each and every single one of you. Get back with your friend right after this. Feel free to mute yourself